Hey YouTube, so I previously did a video reviewing this Sutefoto S-40 camera stabilizer, and I've recently received a request to do a setup, so what I think is the best way to set up this stabilizer. So first grab your camera. This is a Nikon D3000. Make sure that your lens cap is off. If your LCD screen does flip open, make sure that's flipped open. Make sure your battery is in your camera. And I would recommend taking off your camera strap, because when this sways, this can throw off the balance of your camera stabilizer. Okay, so I took the strap off this Nikon camera. I've now mounted the plate at the bottom of the camera. As you can see, the plate is mounted, and now I just want to put it on the stabilizer. So I'm gonna slide this camera on with the little small arrows on the side with the number scale here, just so I can see where this needs to go. Gonna slide this on to the stabilizer and just try and guess where you want it, then just tighten this. Okay, so I have the camera on here, and you can see that it's a little bit heavy, so we just want to minimize the amount of weight. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna take about as much weight as I think I need to take off at the bottom. So I'm just gonna unscrew this knob here and take the weights off, and I'm gonna take this small weight off. So this really small weight here, I don't know if you can see that. I'm gonna keep this larger weight on the gimbal. Okay, so I took the weights off the bottom. Now we have the two bigger weights on the bottom, and I've taken the two smaller weights off. I like to push the weights all the way to the outside of this sled down here, just to make sure that they're always in the same spot every time I set up. Okay, now it's time to balance the camera. You can see that the camera isn't flipping over, but it's clearly unbalanced. So we have these two knobs here, and this one will adjust front and back, and this one can adjust side to side motion. So I'm just going to grab my gimbal here and just hold it, and you can see that it's tilting back. So I'm just going to turn the knob on the side here and move this forward just a little bit. You just always want to move this sliding plate at the top just a little bit, because the slightest movement is going to throw off the entire gimbal. One other thing I forgot to mention before is make sure that your lens is zoomed in or out however far you want it. I would recommend all the way zoomed out just to get the most stable shots. So you can see it's still leaning back, so I'm just gonna move this forward more and hold it like this. Okay, it's still leaning back a little bit, so I'm gonna move it forward just a little bit more. Okay, so you can see it's a lot more balanced front and back, but now it's tilting to the sides. So I'm going to move this a little bit to the right, which is this. Okay, so now that we have it decently balanced, we're gonna do something called a drop test. And what the drop test is it's basically where you hold up the bottom of the gimbal like this and you just let go of it. Now, I think the drop time should be around 3 seconds. For a more high quality gimbal, I would recommend probably 4 to 5 seconds. So here we go. So it's 1 second, so it's obviously way too fast. So we're just gonna loosen this small knob here, and this is gonna allow us to slide the plate up or down. So we're just gonna slide it up, and then when we drop it, so it's still way too fast. You can bring it up, and bring it all the way up, and now you can see it tips upside down, so that's no good. Now let's bring it down a little bit. So it's better. One, two. Okay, so this is pretty good. It's not swinging past, it's not swinging forward. But now you can really tell how imbalanced this actually is. So you can see it's leaning back way far. So now we need to do really fine adjustments, because we've done bigger adjustments, but you can see that it wasn't exact. So it's a little bit better. And I'm really just moving it, just really fine adjustments. Okay, so now you can see it's pretty balanced, but it's tilting a little bit to the left. I'm gonna move it a little more forward. So it's leaning to the left. So I'm gonna adjust this knob here and just scoot it over a little bit to the right. Okay, so I just moved it maybe 2 millimeters, and you can see it instantly is just dropping way to the right. So it's just really fine adjustments. Okay, let's go a bit more. Okay, so you can see it's pretty well balanced. It's tilting a little bit back, but if the camera is tilting just the slightest bit back, it's actually a good thing, because when you are running forward, your camera is going to want to tip forward and then rebalance. But if it's tilting back, it's gonna tip steady, and then it'll usually come back, and it's gonna improve your shot a lot more. So I think this is pretty good. You can see if we move it side to side or front back, it's not really going anywhere, so that's a good sign. And that's basically what you want when you test that. Okay, so this is going to conclude the camera stabilizer test. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment down below. Thanks for watching.